everyone, this is Jackie Williams and welcome to another video hop. And this month we are all focusing on stepped up cards. So I have interpreted that to mean that we're going to make a simple card and then show you a stepped up version. And I'm going to use the beautiful Wisteria Wishes bundle. I personally love Wisteria and I love purple, so this really spoke to me. Now for my simple version of the card, all you need is a very vanilla card base, a card front embossed in the folder of your choice. I have used the quatrefoil here, and then a slightly smaller piece of very vanilla. And I've already inked around the edges with crumb cake just for speed on the video. And then I've got a little linen thread bow, and this is all you need to make this first card as far as cardstock and embellishments. So let's start with this piece of card here, and I'm going to use my stamp mat because the Wisteria Wishes stamp set is a photopolymer, and like I mentioned, I have gone around the edges with the blending brush and crumb cake ink already, and then I'm going to stamp my leaves, and I'm going to speed through this so that you can watch the steps in quick motion. Now we'll just quickly assemble our card. So I folded my vanilla card base in half, and now I am just going to put my quatrefoil layer on top, and I'm going to put it just very slightly on an angle, and then I will put my stamped piece on top as well. And you can use glue or tape, or you could even put this up on dimensionals if you wish. So I just have a little bit of that quatrefoil layer showing around the edges and a little bit more on the corners. And then I've got my linen thread bow, and you could put that on with Tombow glue, or I'm just going to use a glue dot and just put that up here on the first little branch. And there you go. There is a very quick and easy, simple version using the Wisteria Wishes. Now let's step that up, and this time we're going to use a few more pieces. I'm staying with my very vanilla card base and my layer embossed with the quatrefoil. This time my vanilla layer on top is a little bit thinner because I'm going to put some designer series paper and specialty paper top and bottom. But first, let's do our stamping. So just move those out of the way and bring my paper in. And this time, I'm actually going to use a technique called the baby wipe technique. And you can see I've got a baby wipe here, and I have soft succulent and mossy meadow. And I think it's probably a bit dried since I used it a couple hours ago. So I'm just going to add a little more ink there. And now I'm going to ink up my branch stamp on this. So it's kind of like a temporary ink pad. And I think I've got enough on there. And now I'm going to stamp that down. And I get kind of a multicolored look. Now I'm going to repeat the same technique for my flowers. And I'm going to do these in quick motion. Beautiful. These are beautiful, even just like that. I am just going to add one more thing to this. I'm going to run over that with my Emboss Buddy and then stamp that detail stamp over top one more in Versamark. And this time I'm going to add clear embossing powder. And then heat those. So now my flowers have a little bit of a shine to them and they look great. And I'm just going to add a little bit of a splatter with my orchid Oasis pen again. I love that. And this time, when I put this on my card base, I am putting it up on dimensionals to give it that little bit more height. And now my ribbon or my linen thread this time, I've done a triple bow with it rather than a single bow. So I'll just put that there on the same branch. And I'm just going to add a few of my distressed, or actually they're called rustic metallic dots. And these match in or tone in really well with our gold, with the espresso, and with that linen thread. They're just really nice ones to have in your stash. So that is our second stepped up version. Now I want to show you more of an advanced version. And with this one, I'm going to show you the finished card. I'm not going to do this one start to finish, but instead I'm going to just show you the techniques involved. So we have the same vanilla card base and quatrefoil layer. And then I've got a vanilla layer here with that same designer series paper across the top and bottom. And then I've added a frame, and that frame is the stitched rectangle dies, but I've taken 2 out of there. I'll move that so you can see it better. So one size and then the 2 sizes down, and then cut them together. And so then that piece that comes out that's in between the 2 dies is this frame. And then I've embossed that with the quatrefoil as well. Then I have stamped my words directly on and gold embossed those. And I had to use different words because the words that I was using earlier were just a little bit too big. And then this time, instead of stamping the wisteria, I have used the dies. And what I have done here is taken watercolor paper and just watercolored that with 3 different shades of green. I've used soft succulent, mossy meadow, and old olive, and then used various purples, fresh freesia, highland heather, orchid oasis, even some balmy blue, and watercolored in some purple pieces. And then I have cut the leaves and the flowers and the branch, I guess, out of the distressed gold paper. And then these 2 dies, you can layer them on top of each other and they do match like exactly like this, or you can do like I've done on this sample and just kind of offset them a little bit for a little bit more full looking flower, whichever you prefer. And then I just love how you get the various shades of green, the lights and the darks and the different colors when you watercolor your own paper like that. And then I have just simply layered those up over top of the frame and then added the linen thread bow and the rustic dots in through there as well. So there we have our 3 versions, kind of our beginner, our casual, and our avid versions using the Wisteria Wishes. Which one do you like best? I think probably most of us are most drawn to the one that's most interesting, but actually personally I love this one. I love the multicolored look and the shine. So which one do you prefer? And thanks so much for joining me. Enjoy the rest of the hop. And hey, please subscribe to my channel while you're here. I'd love to continue sharing with you. This is Jackie Williams, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.